Hello there, I'm Baka Gamer, and today I'm going to be showing you my Caliban howitzer build. This will be another part into my Diabolical Warframe build series, where I make warframes that are normally pretty basic into the most diabolical, spaghetti-go-destroying, eye-bleeding, nose-destroying, ear-raping things on the face of the planet. Well, I'm not 100% finished. I'm missing like one shard, but I was like, you know what? I don't know. Y'all probably don't want to wait another week for me to do another build video, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this one now. I did my Jade one a little early, so I'm like, you know what? Why not do this one a little early? I'm probably gonna stick to weekly uploads from now on, but I will still be doing the same exact content I've been doing for the last week or two. So it's not gonna change whatsoever. I hate that I can't do daily uploads. You gotta think though, I have school and all these other things. So if I could, I would, but for right now, I can't. So, first things first, mods. It's not the craziest thing on the world, but I would. First things first, you do need Razor Mortar. This is a augment that makes it to where when you use, I forgot what the ability is called. When you use Razor Diary, it effectively makes your what are they called? Ortholis cannons, which are the sentients that shoot mortars for some apparent reason. Why they thought this was okay and not broken, beyond me. Do electricity damage, which, if you don't know, Tau damage basically just scales up status damage like it's viral. So you can see where this is going, because you're doing what? Tau damage, viral damage. If you don't use Sentient Surge, if you use Sentient Surge, you get the damage vulnerability, which is like 81% with this build, which is insane. Um, yeah, pretty crazy. And yeah, it's stupid. It's really just stupid. Archon stretch for the 45 ability range, and electricity damage restores 2 energy. Trust me when I say this, I know this seems like, oh, it's bad, oh, Archon stretch sucks. If you use it in the right build, it's insane. Like, genuinely. This is, like, perfect for this build, because you're doing so much electricity on such huge crowds of enemies, to the point where you're going to get so much use out of this, it's crazy. Another thing, Power Drift, don't need it necessarily, but Power Drift's here, because I like Power Drift. Gives you a chance to resist knockdown, ability strength. People who say this is bad are smoking something. This is probably like the best out of the stupid resist knockdown, as much as it doesn't give you like 100% resist. Who cares? You don't need 100% resist. People who say that they're smoking weed don't know what to tell you. Arcane Kamasudo, for the obvious reasons. Ability strength up to 6%, up to 60% on the next ability cast for summon enemies, and summon enemies get 20% movement speed. It's pretty useful. Not enemies, allies. Cast Failure, because if you run Shade, Shade doesn't get procced by the mortars, Shade doesn't get procced by your abilities. That gives you 30% more ability strength. It's just useful all around. And 3 times crit chance. So the moment you do one attack out of that invisibility, you're going to do a lot of crit. It's pretty useful. Summoner's Wrath for your aura. Can you blame me? It's a Summoner's Wrath. I don't know what to tell you other than this is like crazy for this build. Use it. You probably do want it. I don't know. I think this is the one thing I used all Archons, or not Archon, a Forma slot on. So, yeah, you kind of need to use at least one Arc Forma for this. But you could probably somehow get away doing without it. I don't know. I would recommend using it, though. Besides that, there's nothing else too crazy about this, modding-wise. I mean, you can see the mods. I don't have to explain this to you, as long as you aren't, like, stupidly new to Warframe. Um, like I said, Shade, probably want to run Prisma Shade for, what is it? Ghost, so it cloaks you when you get near enemies. This is pretty useful. Effectively gives you invisibility for a good amount of time, as long as you don't attack. And then Verglass, which is the Nautilus's weapon, which is just the insane static procker. You definitely need this. You don't necessarily need it, but I'm just saying, if you want really good status procking, you could get away with it. You could also run, where is it? A Kubro or a Pharaoh Pedicite and run. It's not here, but on the claws, you could probably run Mecha because mech is really good when it comes down to applying status effects. I honestly may run this instead. My only issue with that is because there's not really a whole lot of status proccing other than Tau and, well, yeah, you could probably do either. I think both would work pretty well. Um, Weapon-wise, toward Kuba Nuker, because Kuba Nuker is insane status, towards insane status. Prisma Ohamas. I'll explain to you why this is a good pick. I know I'm like D1 hater on influence, but like if you can use if you don't use influence on weapons that don't are like not really built to run influence, then don't run influence. But if it's a weapon that can use influence, then use influence. Ohama is a perfect example of this. It has base electricity. So no, I'm gonna use fucking Ohamas and I'm gonna use influence on it. Especially when this entire build is based off of electricity. Scales really well. I'll show you why. Where is it? Archon crystals. Just run Violet Archon crystals so you can get the 10% ability strength on effective enemies with electric status. I would recommend getting Tau Forged if you really want to see stupid high damage, but you should be fine with 4 electricity. Like I said, I'm missing one right now, but I've tested this build a million times over again. You don't even need one, in my opinion. I would recommend the casting speed, though. Just saying. Ultimate doesn't really matter. Recommend Verizon because it gives you status vulnerability on top of the Tau and top of the Sentient Wrath and everything else. And if you do the secondary thing, it buffs your secondaries with that 1 Arcane, so I would recommend that for your Kuva Nuker or whatever you're running because you could do really well with that. So all around, pick the Verizon. It's pretty good. Pretty much the entire thing build-wise. I'll show you what I mean by this thing quite literally nukes. First things first, I'm going to show you what the Ohamas do. So, I'll show you what the Ohama build is. This is my build. It's not finished completely, but it works. I've tested it. Melee influence immediately. You run viral, so you can get viral proccing. And if you look, just I'll do this one because this one has a stupid mic. It procs viral everywhere, which is really useful. Because if you remember what I said, you're using your Ortholos to proc power damage, and if you proc the viral on top of that, it scales up the damage, because normally you do 19. If you see like 16,000, normally the average. I think high average is 19 to 18,000. Low end, it's 16,000. But if you do viral proccing, you do like 31,000 a tick. It's crazy stupid. And that's why I said probably would run around mecha, because if you kill the marked enemy, you probably increase that by an insane amount if they have viral proccing. We'll see. Let's just see. I'll literally just do one spin, and you'll see what I mean by this is autistic. You literally just let them do their job, and you just shreds through that entire thing. And if I just do this again, it kind of just makes them go disappearioso into the void. And because of the Predacite's stupid chain ability, which makes it to where when you kill that enemy that's marked by the mecha, it effectively spreads statuses everywhere. And because of that, you're just getting even more procs of electricity and Tau and everything else. And that's without Sentience Wrath. If you do this with Sentience... yeah, I mean to hit Sentience Wrath yet, but... that was the craziest misclick ever. If you do this with Sentience Wrath activated, I'll re-trigger it just to show you. The damage effectively just scales upwards. And because they're stunned even more, yeah, it kind of just makes the enemies disappear into the void, like Limbo Pocket Dimension style. So effectively, this is like really good crowd control. The invisibility gives you insane survivability for a good period of time as long as you're not melee attacking like crazy. Overall, it's a great build. Probably one of my favorites I've done so far. I would overall giving this a build skill path viability. This is like 1 out of 10, probably in 7.5. Not the craziest when you go stupid high levels. Like, I think probably 500 would be your max here. If you went any higher than 500, you'd probably die pretty quickly. But most of my builds aren't really made for level cap. They're made to have fun on Steel Path, so you can just play around and be stupid and do spamming ability bullcrap. Make big number go burr. But this is probably one of my favorite builds, personally. I will be doing weekly uploads from now on, and I will see you next time. And if you don't mind, like and subscribe. See you later.